You've seen how Herman can be long and straight. But how do many people use their bodies? Well, they push their heads forward. You remember the head weighs 10 or 15 pounds, so you must compensate for that. So you push back between the shoulder blades. And then you have to compensate for that, so you hollow the lower back. And this in turn drops the front of the pelvis. And here we have what I call the Great American Stance. There are various methods for retraining the body, but I prefer the Alexander technique because it has so radically changed my life. Alexander developed his primary control. In it, you free the neck to let the head go forward and up, and to let the back get long and wide. Notice I've used the words let, not make. This will free the rest of the body to fall in place. I also use laser beams in my teaching. A laser beam, like the energy of the unbendable arm, can go through you, creating energy but not taking you with it. Imagine a laser beam going from your back at the bottom of the rib cage, forward and up through the top of your sternum, your breastbone. Then imagine another one going from the top of your sternum up and back through the nape of your neck. Imagining these two laser beams will lighten your body, suspending it in a sling. There is another energy concept we should consider, the kind of energy or power used in Eastern martial arts. They all have a common factor in that their power comes from the center. This power is more fluid than brute muscular force. Riders should become familiar with Tai Chi or Aikido. They increase body awareness and control. To illustrate this central power, we will demonstrate two easy exercises, the unbendable arm and the buttress. You should do these at home and learn how centering helps develop power without straining and grimacing that hurts many riders' performances. In riding, the buttress becomes analogous to the seat. First, Leslie uses brute strength to resist Nancy's effort. Look at the tension in Leslie's face and body. After shaking out her arm and relaxing it, I gave Leslie these instructions. Now what she's going to do is put it out, but not quite straight. And notice that there's going to be a little bend in the elbow here, and a little bend in the fingers. Not all straight and rigid, but a little bend. Now, she's going to get all that energy from her center here and from the ground, and from anywhere she can pick it up from. She's going to send it out through those fingers, way out over the bushes. And Nancy's going to put her hands on that arm, but don't start until Leslie is ready. Now, Leslie is going to be very soft-eyed, and really, she's not going to pay any attention to Nancy. All she's doing is sending energy out. And she's just going to let it go and let it go and let it go. And Nancy is working awfully hard, and
I can't make her move at all.
she can't make Leslie move at all. Without buttressing her body, Susan can be easily pushed by Margaret. Let's make Sue into a buttress. Now, if you think about a Gothic cathedral, here's that roof up there. And the roof really would like to flatten out and fall down. But the series of buttresses that they built takes that pressure downward and puts it through a series of angles into the ground and grounds it. And the roof stays up. So we're going to put Sue in a series of angles, which means the hip joint is going to be bent, and the knees and ankles. And you can just stay there steady. You don't have to even bounce. It is very important that the lower back be straight, because if her lower back here is hollowed, she loses her power. She needs this long back. So there's great length from the top of her head right down through her body and right out the sacrum and into the ground. Now I'm going to let her put her elbows against her side here as a brace. This is a brace. Now, you put your hands on her shoulders and just hold them there. Don't push yet. Now, there's no pressure here yet. Now, notice that this forearm and the lower leg kind of complement each other. They are, from physics, one braces the other. That's you can see that. Now, besides that, Sue is going to go to her center in here. And she's going to expand in all directions. She's going to expand forward through her knees, back through her feet, straight down into the ground, straight up through the top of her head. She's going to expand into the small of her back. She's going to allow that expansion to go right up through her arms and lift. It will really put pressure on Margaret's hands and tend to take her hands off her shoulders. But what she's doing is like blowing up a balloon. The balloon goes in all directions. Very definitely she's grounded herself, but she also must go up, forward, back, both. Okay. Now you begin to put pressure on, and you keep breathing and soft eyes and breathing, and just expand, Sue. And Margaret, get your feet back there. Get back. Come on, go back. Go on. Come on, lean on her, Margaret. Push! Push, Margaret! Ah! Well,